Hello, I'm Crickets, and welcome back to I Have a Story. I talked about my 15th and my 16th birthday, and there's only so many birthdays that we look at with joy and praise and our special event. These were mine. I shared about my 15th birthday, about how I was supposed to start hunting with my dad, and weeks before my 15th birthday, and I was old enough to be able to go out hunting with my dad, he sold all of his hunting equipment. Talked about my 16th birthday, how just roughly 2 weeks before my 16th birthday, that my parents locked me out of the house and wouldn't let me in, and made my little sister, tell me I wasn't allowed back in the house. Never found out why, don't know why. I spent my 16th birthday, well, I'll just link it in because I don't want to go through all that again. Chain smoking cigarettes at a Frisch's Big Boy is how I spent my 16th birthday. So, my 21st birthday. This is when I was with my first wife. I talked about in the video that I just shared that she was an extremely jealous woman. Extremely jealous. Insanely jealous. Unbelievably jealous. So, the night of my 21st birthday, my brother's girlfriend calls the house, and my first wife answers the phone, and it was my brother's girlfriend. And she was calling to find out where we were going to be at and where we were going. Remember, this was back before cell phones. Where we were going to be at for my 21st birthday, where we were going to go out, what bar were we going to. Still hadn't planned it out, didn't know. My wife went absolutely crazy on her. Why the hell are you calling to find out where we're going to be? Who are you to call my husband to find out where he's going to be on his birthday? And just went nuts on her and hung up. Well, she called because my brother, this was back when my brother actually had a job and worked. He was at work, and he had his girlfriend call to find out where they could meet us at. Then it went from being jealous that my brother's girlfriend was the one calling me to find out where we were going to be at, to I just want to go out to the bar so I could screw a barmaid. I don't know any barmaids. I'm not going. I'm taking you with me. I'm going to have the family. I'm not going out to try to. Oh, yeah, that's right. Another woman who was narcissistic, blaming me for being the one to do the things that she was doing. I know as a fact of 4 times she had 4 different men that she had affairs on in our marriage. She told me about 3 of them and told me I better deal with it or else she'll leave me. We're married now and she'll take everything I have and run me through the cleaners. Men should not have to be afraid of abusive women. Men should not get laughed at when we seek help because we're being abused. It's also wrong. It's also wrong. Abuse is abuse, period, no matter who it's coming from. And none of it is right. So, did I say, me being the horrible monster I am, did I say, screw you, I'm going out and getting drunk anyways. You leave you behind and maybe I will go find a barmaid. No, I stayed home and I didn't even drink. My brother showed up at the apartment with his girlfriend. My wife made my brother's girlfriend stand out in the hallway and wouldn't let her in the apartment. Let my brother in. His girlfriend had to stay out in the hallway, and he came in for like just 2 minutes to talk to me, like, what's going on? Aren't we going out? No, look what I'm dealing with. Yeah, no, I told you, bro, you shouldn't have married her. Stupid me. Stupid me. Thinking I had rights and I was a human being in this world. Yet I never get treated like it. For all the good I do and everything I do for people, all I do is get abused from the most important people in my life. So I didn't go out and drink on my 21st birthday. I stayed home like a good boy. Made my wife happy, although she wasn't happy and never will be. She's just an evil, demonic person. And that was when I quit drinking. Finally hitting different levels of maturity in my life, and especially, being raised through the 80s and 90s and having a father I watched drink and drive everywhere that I thought it was okay to drink and drive. Look, my dad does it. Grandpa does it. Go to the VFW hall. All these people drink and go home. But as I matured, I realized this isn't right. You're not supposed to be out drinking and driving. So I quit drinking. I even traded my Mercury Capri, my Mustang clone, for a Dodge conversion van. And I started driving around the family because her stepdad was an alcoholic and was getting in trouble and having problems. And I didn't want to see him get in trouble. So I drove everybody around. And I quit drinking to make sure everybody would get home safe. Am I perfect? No, because I still would smoke pot and drive around. To me, I mean, even today, I don't drive around and I don't smoke pot until after dinner, late in the evening, after I go places and know that I have errands to run and things to do. I will take Bubbles out in the woods, and I mean, I'm surrounded by trails. I can putt around in the trails and smoke a joint while he's running. You can hear me cough in some of those videos. Not proud of it. Not saying it's right. I'm trying to find peace in my life. So I quit drinking because I didn't want her family getting in trouble. I wanted to make sure they made it home safe. And I did everything with her stepdad. We were together all the time. Like I said, horseshoe leagues, bowling leagues, softball leagues, or just going fishing and hanging out. And I can tell you one time that her stepdad and his dad and I, the three of us, we drove out to Port Clinton to go fishing one day. Didn't bother after, it was our first trip out in the summer. He never de-winterized his boat, just flushed it all into the lake. Never started his boat prior to us going out that time after having it winterized all winter, and found out the impeller was bad, and as we're putting out, it started overheating. Her dad, or her stepdad, and I mean her real dad's even worse than her stepdad. He is, from what I was always told, on the run from the FBI and wanted murderer and all sorts of bad stuff. Never met the guy. Only one time he ever showed up into town was to threaten her mom and stepdad, and the cops were called and he got away again. Oh, there's another story to tell about that. I'll keep that for another day. But her stepdad and grandpa got a case of beer and a fifth of whiskey. By the time we got the boat back to the dock on the trailer and started driving it back, and by the time we even got back from Port Clinton and never even went fishing, that fifth and that case of beer were gone. They said, hey, we're going to go back, and we took my boat. I ended up grabbing my truck and my boat. They picked up another fifth of whiskey and another case of beer before we went out. That night, I had to pull her dad out of the lake because he fell into the lake. That's how abusively drunk they would get. I quit drinking so that I could care for people. Because I do care for people. It's why I've done so much of what I've done. I know what it's like to be abused. I know what it's like to feel pain. I understand what people are going through. And I know how hard it is when you don't have any help. Especially in my case, when you seek help, seek help, seek help. Call 911, I'm being abused by my wife. Ha ha, they think it's funny and laugh at me. I need help myself. As much as I've helped so many people, I need help myself. But I quit drinking that night. Changed my whole tune. I grew up really fast. So wait, this isn't right. I don't want to see people getting hurt and getting in trouble. I need to take care of these people, even if they are my in-laws and their family. So I didn't go out on my 21st birthday. I got to sit and enjoy my wife huffing and puffing and smoke blowing out her ears.